Hugo Ekitike's Liverpool career has only just begun, but early excitement has now been tempered by fresh concerns. A new injury update on the French striker has left supporters uneasy, with questions quickly surfacing over how serious the issue might be and what it could mean for Arne Slot's plans in the weeks ahead. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Curtis Jones says Liverpool have to keep calm and carry on as Arne Slot's side look to recover from back-to-back defeats in Saturday's huge game at Chelsea. The Premier League champions had made a storming start to the season, having won 7 straight matches following their penalty shootout loss to Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. But things have gone awry in recent days for the Reds, whose 100% start to their title defence ended with Saturday's last gasp 2-1 loss away to Oliver Glasner's Eagles. That Selhurst Park setback was compounded on an ear-splitting evening in Istanbul as Liverpool's first Champions League trip of the season ended in a 1-0 loss to Galatasaray. Skipper Virgil van Dijk said there shouldn't be panic after their second straight loss, but stressed the need for improvement, sentiments echoed by midfielder Jones. "It's just part of the game," the homegrown star said. "I say it all the time, you must be mad if you think you can win every game. You'd obviously like to, but the reality is these teams you play are world-class teams, and it's normal if you lose. It's just how you bounce back. We've got a huge game again in 3 days, the lads have to stay calm. It's part of it, it's not fine that we lose, but we just have to stay calm and it will all change. It will all change, of course it will." Victor Osimhen's first-half spot kick proved the difference against the sloppy Reds, who looked overawed at times on a hostile evening at Rockingham Park. The VAR's intervention ended up with a late penalty won by Ibrahima Konate being overturned, but even if Liverpool had converted, it would not have papered over a poor performance. "If you look left and right, there's world-class lads all around," Jones told LFC TV. "But it's not all about that, it's about lads who want to go and win. Of course we're upset, but there are positives to take, and there is a game again in 3 days, and we have to go again." Slot's side stayed in Istanbul following Tuesday's game, with Liverpool starters doing recovery work and the rest of the group training before flying back to Merseyside on Wednesday afternoon. Now, in a huge injury update, Hugo Ekitike is said to be confident. He avoided a serious hamstring injury after being withdrawn late in Liverpool's 1-0 defeat at Galatasaray. The Frenchman was forced off the field after stretching for a wayward pass from Dominic Szoboszlai, with the medical staff immediately sent to tend to him in the second half. Arne Slot was left to hope he is not in a bad way after feeling something when he reached for the ball, with scans to determine the extent of the injury. The Athletic's James Pearce, however, reported on Tuesday evening that Ekitike is confident he only had cramp in his hamstring rather than anything more serious. That would be the best case scenario for Liverpool, who missed the 23-year-old's presence at Crystal Palace as he served his 1-match suspension. Liverpool will have to wait for the final verdict on the injury, but Alexander Isak will be ready to start at Stamford Bridge on Saturday, irrespective of the outcome after his cameo in Istanbul. The international break could come at the right time for Ekitike if he does need time on the sidelines, as Liverpool's next game after their trip to Chelsea is against Man United on October 19th. It is the first of 7 games in 22 days before the final international break of the year. Another relentless run that will require the full depth of Slot's squad. In that time, Liverpool also face Ekitike's former club Eintracht Frankfurt, Real Madrid and Man City. The Frenchman has quickly established himself as a starter for Slot after the late signing of Isak, with only 8 outfielders playing more minutes so far. Any injury to Ekitike will deny him the chance at his second call-up to France's senior squad this month after he made his debut in September. Alisson, meanwhile, will play no part in the trip to Chelsea after his latest injury, with scans also to determine how long he will be sidelined for. Liverpool's injury list is starting to mount, but the hope around Anfield is that Hugo Ekitike's setback proves to be nothing more than a scare. With crucial fixtures against Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, and Real Madrid all looming in the coming weeks, Arne Slot can ill afford to lose one of his most informed forwards. The international break may yet provide a timely breather, but until the results of his scans are confirmed, Liverpool supporters will be left waiting anxiously to discover just how costly that moment in Istanbul will be. In other news, some of Liverpool's biggest names have yet to hit top gear at the start of the new season. Red supporters are caught in two minds. On one hand, their side sits at the summit of the Premier League table, yet on the other, performances have been far from convincing. Narrow last-minute winners had masked underlying issues in recent weeks, but Crystal Palace exposed them on Saturday, handing Arne Slot's men their first defeat of the campaign. Slot even attempted to shake things up at Selhurst Park, deploying Florian Wirtz on the left flank rather than in his natural role as a number 10. The gamble did not pay off, and the German's sluggish start to life on Merseyside continues. While Jamie Carragher was quick to point out that Wirtz should not be singled out, the £160 million price tag ensures he is under greater scrutiny than most, with rival fans wasting no time in highlighting his struggles. In truth, he is not alone. Several Liverpool players have underperformed, and Carragher suggested that Alexis Mac Allister's slow start has had a knock-on effect for Wirtz. Speaking on Monday Night Football, he said, "I think another problem for Liverpool and for Wirtz is that Mac Allister hasn't been at his best. I think he's the guy who could feed him and get him the ball between the lines." Mac Allister endured a disrupted pre-season through injury, and lingering fitness concerns have continued to affect his rhythm. His reduced involvement has deprived Liverpool of a consistent midfield anchor, leaving Wirtz forced to drop deeper to collect possession. That, in turn, limits his ability to create in advanced areas, the exact role he thrived in at Bayer Leverkusen, where virtually every attack flowed through him. At Anfield, the dynamic has been very different. Wirtz is seeing far less of the ball, and when he does receive it, the speed and physicality of the Premier League allow him little time to operate. Adaptation will take time, but the raw talent remains clear. He has already shown flashes of quality, and once Liverpool's midfield finds its rhythm and he adjusts to the tempo of English football, few would doubt that he can become a genuine game changer. For now though, Slot must solve the puzzle of how to get his record signing firing, because Liverpool's early title charge will be difficult to sustain if too many of their stars remain short of their best. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video.